Hello. Little food styling that I did. Gone. That's all right, though. It's not my real profession, thank God. So anyway, hello, I'm Dana Gannon. I'm here to talk to you about food consciousness. And just a little background. I work for Public Health Muskegon County, and I'm a nutritionist. But I am on the cusp of all these cool things that are happening in Muskegon. We've got lots of fun things going on at a brand new farmers market. We have a kitchen, incubator kitchen that's going in, Kitchen 242. We have lots of Eat Healthy Muskegon grants that are going on, and so I am privileged to be part of a lot of those things. So I feel like wow, like things are turning around, and we've all been through kind of a lot of nasty things the last couple of years with the economy. So I feel that food is going to be a huge player in how we turn things around. So not being a technology girl, I was really stressed about the whole PowerPoint thing, and I'm like, you know what? It's not me. So I'm going more with the prop thing, which I think that you'll appreciate how I'm trying to tell my story a little bit better. So anyway, I wanted to start out with a heart and something my daughter made for me. But basically, this is my passion. I feel like that food and everything about it comes from my heart, and that means a lot. I feel like whether I prepare food for people, I talk about it, I go out and try to give access to people who don't have it, I feel like this is what it's all about. And so when I thought about that and thought about all the things that I wanted to say in this brief amount of time, I thought, if it comes back to this, then it's going to make a difference. So you're going to kind of keep seeing this. So anyway, when I think of food, this is what I think of. I think of real food. I think of vegetables and fruits. And I also think of, cows and chickens and pigs, but it wasn't really practical to bring them out here, and might cause a problem with the city if anyone's following that whole saga. So I decided that I wanted to show you what I think real food is. Being that said, I don't see it as going up and down the supermarket aisles and getting canned goods or boxes and frozen things. Those are good supplements once in a while, but this is real. And the reason this is real is that it comes from, a lot of things. For example, it comes from a person who cares enough to plant it. It comes from a person who cares enough to take care of it, to harvest it, and to bring it to you. That being said, when you go buy this and you buy it from somebody local, whether it's the farmer's market, an urban farm, your own garden, you know where it's coming from. It's not coming from halfway around the world, which, that's cool that we can get a tomato in February from, Italy, but what does that really mean when it's transported over here and it's, ripened chemically? That's not real. This is real, and they're a little wilted. They need some love right now, being props, but it's real. That can be your dinner tonight. And I think that means a lot. And I think that we are so far removed from that as a society. We see food as something that is an end to a means. Like, for example, we're hungry, we go and get something really quick, but we don't think about the process and how that food came to be. And I also think we don't think, about this as the idea that it's something that we should use in other facets, which will bring me to my next prop. So, Michigan, greetings from Michigan. I feel like if we knew and we spent more time concentrating on where our food came from and buying food locally, it's going to help everybody. When you talk to a farmer, you'd be amazed at the stories that they have to tell. They're so proud of what they do. And how many people can honestly say that these days? These people go out every day and they work very, very hard. And we should be so appreciative of that. And Michigan is the second leading producer of a diverse agriculture, California being the number one. But we don't even keep it in the state. I'm not sure how many of you guys know about the Good Food Summit. There's a charter, and one of the 7 principles is going to be to keep 20% of the food that's in the state that we consume it. And that's whether it's institution, schools, things like that. We don't even keep that. I mean, that's really sad if you think about it. So buying local is huge. And also, you know, you growing it. Trying a garden, just trying a few tomato plants, trying to do things that where you get your hands dirty and you're in the soil and you're like, wow, you know, I can do this and I can make that salsa, or I can just slice up that tomato and be happy that I tried it. There's a sense of accomplishment, and I think, again, you're putting yourself back into the, you know, the heart of the food when you are making that effort. And I think that that's so relevant. The next thing I'm going to talk about is, you know, table settings. How many of us sit down anymore and use our plate, our bowl, our fork, our knife and spoon, and sit across from somebody without the distraction of TV or anything else, and we have sat down to a meal that we prepared, hopefully with somebody, using a cutting board, using a knife, using some, you know, some saucepans and things like that. That's huge. I mean, that brings, again, the heart of it back into it, because you're taking this food and you're taking the time to develop a relationship with the people that you care about, to make the food, to sit down and actually enjoy it. There's like all these things that can create this fabric, and when we take the time to do all these things, we are going to change. We are going to change the way that we look at food. Food isn't about, you know, a diet. Food isn't about a superfood. Food isn't about, you know, the greatest macro or micronutrient. I mean, I have a degree in chemistry and dietetics, and I mean, I'm as far removed from that as I can possibly be by choice, because I feel like that is so creating the society of, you know, nutrition based on one thing that's good, the next thing that's good, and, you know, what are we supposed to know? But what did our grandparents know? I mean, if your grandma looked at something that was on a label right now, could she, you know, even understand what was on there on the labeling? If a third grader can't read and there's more than 5 ingredients on a product, you shouldn't be eating it. That's chemicals. That's a laboratory, that's chemicals. And there's a huge industry in that. And the talk isn't about that. The talk is about this, and basically just getting back to, you know, what's good, what's whole, what's real, and just getting the junk out. And the junk being stuff in your life, and connecting and bringing it back to this. Because ultimately, this is what it's all about. Like, if you have this, when you care about it, and you want to take the time for it, it's all going to work out. And you can share it with your friends, you can share it with your neighbors. You know, we can all make a difference by caring and caring about food. So, thank you.